Hey yo, it's the bad guy. Um, it's Fizz Stardust here, and I got the GBA Week 2 battle against my homeboy Danza, who basically does all my recordings for the GBA also. So I gotta just say big thank you to Danza. He's awesome. He's amazing. Um, anyway, when team building for Danza, he left out a few things that I thought he would bring. I thought for sure I would see Gliscor and Mew, um, but you know, I don't looking back, like I don't know what he would have brought over those things. I mean, his Weavile is probably pretty important. Like in case I bring Dragonite and knockoff is crazy strong and all that stuff. But I do have a lot of stuff to take knockoff. I definitely thought Gliscor over Flygon, although I thought Flygon could make its way in. Um, I knew Entei and Raikou were a must. Mega Pinsir is a must. And because of that, I have Rotom Heat who can take on Entei and Raikou pretty damn well. I don't have to worry about those auto burns from Entei, and those Volt switches from Raikou I can take pretty well. But the big dummy I am, I forgot to put leftovers on Rotom. See, before the match began, I had a problem with one of my Pokemon, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then as soon as I got it done, I was like, all right, cool, now we can battle. Without going back and making sure everything was correct on my team, it was not. I had a few mistakes. The Rotom did not have leftovers. The Keldeo didn't have the right move set or leftovers. And my Bronzong has HP Ice. It was HP Dark. I guess I didn't change it or something. Um, Anyways, the Keldeo's a bulky defensive Keldeo, so that I could take on certain things. I gave it HP Rock and a lot of defense, so that if it kills something and Mega Pinsir comes in or Mega Pinsir decides it's going to switch in, I can take a quick attack and I can kill it with HP Rock. Or it can sit up and I can kill it with HP Rock. I outsped it by one. I gave enough special attack to one shot with HP Rock, and the rest were defense. It's great. Other than that, Gengar would have been a great wall breaker here. Also thought that he would bring in Tangrowth. I mean, how I don't know how he would fit all that in his team, but I mean, he's got a lot that he could have played this week, and I imagine his team building process was fucking insane. Um, but anyways, I think from there, you can get a pretty good feel of my team. We can get back to the match. Get back to the match. We could start the match. Bing bang boom! I'm up in the room. I did forget to cut a promo against Danza, so that made me kind of sad too. Anyways, Bronzong, I'm gonna lead off with him. I figured Raikou would come in. I'm not too worried. I could take a Shadow Ball, and I'm gonna gauge damage here. I thought that he would bring like Assault Vest. I can definitely see it's not any kind of special attack boosting thing from that U-turn. But I'm gonna get Rocks up here. It brings in Grample. I can't do anything against Gramble. I toyed around with Heavy Slam this week. I toyed around with every ability Bronzong has, and he has good ones. I gave it Levitate. I Toxic on the switch here, which I thought was, haha, that's good play. Now I can go for HP Ice, and man, if only HP Ice was actually the thing that I had on Bronzong, um, it wouldn't have one-shot this thing because it seems pretty bulky, but it would have done enough to help my team later on immensely. I go for Hidden Power, it does fucking jack. It does nothing. I mean, it's obviously like HP Dark. Leftovers happen. He is not going to be able to keep staying in, and I have Levitate this week because I thought he would bring Gliscor. So I'm going to set up rocks again here. And that feels dandy. It feels great. I love it. But he's gonna bring in Entei, and I have to worry about a big back fire move. I almost did put on heat proof, but I decided at the last second levitate was probably better because Rotom is can sponge these hits really well. He goes for Sacred Fire, which like I looked away for a second and I was like, And I looked back, and I was like, what is all this blue shit? Like, I didn't know what Sacred Fire looked like anymore. Like, it was something different to me. Um, I remember for Will-O-Wisp on the Switch. He goes into Flygon, probably predicting like a Volt Switch, which I didn't carry this week because guess what I have on Rotom? Fucking HP Ice! Yes! So between like the two HP Ices, the Flygon would be dead, and like I wouldn't have had to deal with it, fucking with my rocks or anything anymore. I'm just so stupid that I couldn't. I'm so dumb. So dumb. I didn't double check anything, and I should have learned my lesson last year. Last year I had a wrong hidden power, and it cost me the entire game. I go for Will-O-Wisp here because I know he's going to switch out, but he just brings in Entei. I take the Stone Edge because I knew that I would, and I can go for Pain Split, and I get a lot of health back. Not having leftovers really hurt there because I would have had more health, but whatever. I'm going to bring Keldeo. Keldeo will eat the Stone Edge because it's so defensive, but he misses and he switches. I go for Hydro Pump here. I would have gone for Scald had I had it. But like I said, at the wrong moveset, I'd Calm Mind over Scald. I didn't check it. But the Hydro Pump, man, it really helps. I mean, like doing over half, I was like, hell, fucking yeah, dude. Going to Rotom, playing it safe. And it goes into this guy. Now this guy is fine. I mean, he's probably just going to do something. Heal Bell. I tried to Will-O-Wisp it. I missed, but it doesn't matter because he just heal belled. I'm gonna switch out here and go to Keldeo because I'm predicting his switch into like something Entei most likely. And he comes in Entei and he won't be able to stay in, but he does. He goes for Extreme Speed. I'm defensive as fuck, and I hit my Hydro Pump, so that's Entei's done. Now he's gonna bring in Pinsir. Again, had leftovers, this would be less scary, but I calced it and I knew that I could still live the hit had he gone for Quick Attack, but he didn't, and I went for HP Rock, and I don't have to deal with Mega Pinsir anymore. Like, hell yeah, fuck Mega Pinsir, he's too strong, and I don't want to fuck with it, and I don't have to. Now, in comes Raikou. No, I don't want to deal with that. Just gonna go back into Rotom because it's more than likely he's just gonna Volt Switch. And he does. And it doesn't take too much. But like, this whole time, like, fucking Rotom, why don't you have leftovers? Why don't you have leftovers? This would be so much better. And now I have to fucking put up with Flygon again. He was gonna Roost. Which is fine, because HP Ice will still do the X4 damage. And it's doing more than he's gonna Roost off. So I assume that he will switch here. And I think I go for Will-O-Wisp because I'm smart. Smart like that. And he goes into Raikou, and I do go for Will-O-Wisp, and I get a status on Raikou, which is nice because it's like bulky and fast, and it's nice to just keep getting damage on it. Now he's going to Volt Switch out here again, and I think I just go for Pain Split, hoping that he goes into like Ramble or something that has a lot of health still. He goes into Flygon, and it does get me some health back, but just not enough, really. Now here, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking 1v1 this fucking Flygon. I'm gonna HP Ice it. It's not gonna be able to knock me out with whatever it does. Just get rid of it. Like, if I just didn't have to put up with a stupid Flygon, like, ugh. I would have been so much more happy. Now he goes into, Weave out here, and I'm trying to preserve and get my differential up. So I go into Keldeo. I mean, not having leftovers on the Keldeo kind of worked out for me there with the knockoff. And then he went for Poison Jab, which is fine. Secret Sword feels pretty damn good, but he has a Sash, and that really sucks. I was like, man, I would have had Rocks up if I could have just had HP Ice on my Bronzong, because he wouldn't have been able to defog. So I go into Gyarados to get the Intimidate off and take the Poison Jab, and that's fine. I don't take very much damage. I'm just going to stay in here and Dragon Dance, see what he does. Because if he does anything weird, I'm fine with that. Probably just should have went like straight up for like a Waterfall or something. But I go for Dragon Dance, and I won't be able to stay in on this thing. It's gonna be able to play rough me, and that's bad. That's a bad thing. I don't like it. So we're going to Bronzong, and he actually Thunder Waves, which is pretty good that I didn't take that with Gyarados. Now here's the thing here, ladies and germs. Um, at this point, I decide. Actually, I don't think it's at this point. After I get like rocks up, and I think I go for Toxic on this next turn because he thinks I'm gonna switch because I don't want to take another crunch, but I want to get damage on this thing, so I go for Toxic here. Um, and then I decide there's no way I'm switching out. If I switch out into the wrong thing, he's gonna KO something probably important, and I don't want to let that happen. Um, I have a lot of things at low health that I would like to switch into, but it can't. Um, Earthquake does fucking nothing to this thing. So I am like, look, I'm not switching out at all until that thing is dead or I am dead. And as much as I would like the 6-0, it's not worth like losing it over a wrong prediction. And eventually I decide I have more Toxics than he has Heal Bells, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that strategy. This is a pretty boring part of the match here, but eventually I'm gonna force him to knock me out. He'll be at a point where I can bring in like Gengar and go for Sludge Wave. It'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I actually misplay with Gengar later, and I thought of it after the match. I was like, damn, like it could have been really cool. But you know, I think I'll just tell you guys a story until this is over. Actually, it's almost over. It seems a lot longer when you actually play the goddamn thing. But yeah. So he's just gonna play rough here, and I think I'll live it again. I'm like, hell yeah, just go for Toxic. Doesn't matter. You're gonna have to kill me. Here I am. I am Bronzong. Bronzong has been like MVP of the Hawluchas. While his numbers look like garb, he's really been this massive thing that just is in the way. One would call it a wall, perhaps. I just call it a massive mass of steel. Yes, so I like Bronzong was a great pick for me. But you know, what are you gonna do? He knocks me out here. Take some leftovers. He's gonna take some poison damage too. From here, I feel very comfortable with Gengar coming in and fucking his entire day up with Life Orb. I know he's gonna switch, so I go for Substitute. And I knew that he was gonna go into Weasel too for fodder. It was like, there's no point. It's got 1 HP, all that stuff. I go set up with sub. I'm like, hell yeah, game over, man. Game over. I got a 5-0. Yeah. Now, what I didn't think of is this fucking Raikou, man. I should have subbed again here. Like, Volt Switch was so obvious. I was almost positive he was Scarfed. He's faster than me. I should have just subbed again. I could have taken out this thing, and then I could have taken out Raikou behind a sub. But I didn't. I just went for Sludge Wave. And, oh man. Like, while here now, while you're watching this, it doesn't seem like a big deal. It doesn't, right? Right? But here's the thing. It actually is a big deal. Oh no, what happened to the video? Okay, there it goes. So he switches in that thing. And why is it freezing again? Oh, that's bad. Anyways, I switch into Terrakion because I know I can take a Thunderbolt and max HP with Scarfed. A second Thunderbolt paralyzes me and parahaxes me. I'm like, no, that's the worst thing that could happen. Now I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck can take a Thunderbolt? Nothing on my team except for a already damaged Mega Gyarados maybe. So that thing comes in. I'm like, Thunderbolt, I can live it. And I do, and I go for Waterfall. Oh my god, yes. And I get the crit. Oh man. I don't know what happened at the end of the video there where it froze up some. But, whew. That game went from a guaranteed 5-0 to oh shit, Raikou might sweep me like super fast, dude. Like, oh my god. Ugh. It would have been ugly. Like, I'm right. Rotom couldn't have taken that thing. Keldeo couldn't have taken that thing. Gengar uh, couldn't have taken that thing at like 65% health. Nope. And so I was just like, Mega Gyarados is so bulky. I know that it can take a Thunderbolt. I just know it. If he gets this thing on like some, I don't know if it was a roll or if he needed a crit. I wasn't sure. I didn't calc that one. I used the force on that one. Like Ben Kenobi was in my ear. He's like, hey man, uh, pull back that thing that guarantees that you're gonna do this right, and just guess. Just just fucking go for it. So I was like, all right, Ben, I got you, and it happened. Atlanta Hawluchas, baby. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. Taking it to the top. Thanks for watching. Like it. Leave a comment about I don't know, whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be about the video. Just leave a comment. Black screens for life.